Hey, welcome to the Book Writers Club. My name is Christina, and I am your host of the 7 Day Challenge. So glad you're with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about a special topic, which is boundaries. Boundaries are so important with ourselves and with others. When we talk about boundaries with yourself, we're talking about things like time management, saying no, giving yourself a break when you need it, when you're overcommitted. These are all boundaries with yourself. And in order to have boundaries with yourself, you need to know who you are, what your standards are, what the rules are that you keep to maintain yourself, and what is your livelihood that you're dependent on. And that's how you create boundaries. So during this journaling challenge, you can journal about your boundaries. Journal about the boundaries you set with yourself, such as sticking to a budget, limiting your television watching, not working too long for certain periods of time, only buying what's on your shopping list when you go grocery shopping, or keeping a regular bedtime. And then also not checking Instagram or Facebook for a certain period of time, or not eating out or buying too much food takeout. So these are all boundaries that you can set with yourself. Now, setting boundaries with yourself, you can read a little article about it. I will leave the link for you to read it. There's an article called Setting Boundaries with Yourself, an Essential Form of Self-Care. Live Well with Sharon Martin. Sharon Martin is a licensed psychotherapist. She wrote an article about it, and I want to just share that with you. So I'm going to leave the link for you to get that. And then also, first things first, here are some steps on how you can set boundaries with yourself. Step one is to identify different areas of your life that need structure or limits, and such as your finances, relationships, electronic usage, daily routines, physical health, nutrition, emotional health, and so forth. And then next is create boundaries that reflects your goals and values. And then thirdly, don't try to set too many boundaries all at once. These are all the tips that I received on the article by Sharon Martin, where you can check out that link. I will leave that for you to read about self-care. And these are the ways to do so. It's mainly just having goals and values and figuring out what needs structure. And there's different areas of your life, such as I said, finances, relationships, electronic usage, physical health, nutrition, daily routine, emotional health, and so forth. So that's boundaries with yourself. Now, what about boundaries with others? Boundaries with others, it's separating yourself from others. It's a separation between you and others. So when we talk about boundaries, there are different situations such as work, home, visiting family, or visiting or being with friends. So anytime you're engaging with other people, you're going to set personal boundaries. And personal boundaries are not always communicated, but they do exist. And so there is a line of discomfort where that's where you know a boundary has been violated and you need to communicate that. So how do you share your boundaries with others? And a way to do that is to speak up for yourself, show others how to treat you. And boundaries begin when you put a line in the sand and you say that you don't like this behavior. It's the opposite of people pleasing, not being a victim. It's not feeling like you don't have a choice. It's stepping up and knowing your worth, standing up for yourself. It's not overcommitting to other people's needs. It's taking care of yourself first and having strong boundaries. You cannot always affect the people around you, but you can affect yourself by your actions and responses. So speak your truth and be authentic to yourself. So there's a difference between showing your boundaries in different ways. So how do you show your boundaries? There's different ways that people show their boundaries. Some people will be passive aggressive. Don't be passive aggressive. Just be confident in your non-negotiable boundaries. Passive aggressive behavior is secretly showing your needs, but in a detrimental way. And it's less overt and more hurtful to the person. So don't do that. And another thing not to do is being aggressive. Aggressive behavior is being overbearing, yelling, screaming, name calling, demeaning, standing over, intimidating, and having aggressive behavior or body language. Instead of being aggressive or passive aggressive, you want to instead be assertive. And being assertive is being mindful of your tone of voice, your words, and how you say it, and saying it in the right setting, in the right way, in the right tone, so that what you say is received better and you're firm and respectful at the same time as you're courageous in sharing your boundaries. And it's just using your communication without apologizing, but having respect for the person. So, setting boundaries is simply communicating your needs for a healthy interaction. You can find out more about setting personal boundaries through Psych Central, which is you could see read the article. I'll leave a link for that for you as well. So not everyone will like or understand your boundaries, but if you don't set them, they won't ever be followed. So you can't expect people to follow your boundaries if you don't set them. So today, your homework is to journal about your boundaries and the rules you have, your values for yourself, and your values around others. Journal about your non negotiable boundaries with other people. And that's all for this day on boundaries. I hope it was helpful. And just let me know what kind of boundaries you're setting for yourself and with others. So I will talk to you on another video. Have a great day.